So remember we was having this conversation for maybe a good week and a half, 2 weeks, whenever everybody started announcing. And I said, oh, buddy, y'all have no idea how excited I'm going to be when April 15th comes around. Now, for those of you who do not know, April 15th was the day that the FEC filings were opened up to the public. Now, why would I be so excited about something like that? I mean, it's just a bunch of money that's going to a bunch of different candidates. It's not like we're going to find anything nefarious there. Of course we did. Let's get into this article by The Intercept, written by Lee Fang, that's entitled Democratic 2020 Candidates Promise to Reject Lobbyist Donations, but many accepted the cash anyway. And I told y'all they would, because what they were hoping was that if they announced early enough, all of them did. Most of them announced in January, if not early February. Cory Booker announced on February 1st, which was the stupidest move. He announced on the first day of Black History Month. Don't really know why he did that. Probably seemed like a great idea at the time. But I told y'all they would think, okay, yeah, the FEC filings drop on April 15th. That's a while from now. It's like 3 months from now. Nobody's going to pay attention. We're going to be able to slide by with all of these nonsensical claims that we have been making about how our donations are flowing in, who they're coming from, etc., etc., etc. Except for, we didn't forget. I don't know if y'all haven't learned anything from 2016. We do not forget shit. Boy, I had April 15th marked on my calendar, on my Google Calendar, and in my iPhone, because we was waiting for this. So let's get into it. All of the Democratic presidential candidates have committed to rejecting the influence of special interests. We all knew that was bullshit, so let's continue. To demonstrate their resolve, several of the candidates have promised to power their White House ambitions without a single dollar from lobbyist money. Wow. Well, how magnanimous and altruistic of them. Let's see if they kept up with that promise. In the waves of small dollar donations reported on Monday, the first financial disclosure reporting period of the 2020 presidential race, lobbyist money has made its way into the coffers of major candidates' campaigns. Oh my gasp. Can you believe that? Some politicians who were favored by the establishment lied about the money they were taking. Well, wow, I can't believe that. I think I just lost my faith in the political system because that's never, ever, ever happened before. Okay, let's continue. Beto O'Rourke. Why am I not surprised? That's the first name that comes up. Are you surprised? I don't think so. He's one of the candidates who had pledged to run a campaign financed only by regular people, not PACs, not lobbyists, not corporations, and not special interests. His latest filing, however, shows that he accepted donations from a federal utility company lobbyist and a top Chevron, the worst kind of lobbyist, a top Chevron lobbyist in New Mexico. What a surprise. You tell me Beto took oil money? What? Oh my God. Y'all, stop the presses. Beto lied. Again. So there are people who donated to his senatorial campaign where he said, it's a people power campaign, it's people power campaign. And he took oil money, second most only to Ted Cruz, and lied to the people. Then he runs a presidential campaign, literally making the exact same promise, and took oil money and lied to his people again. How is this man even able to raise money still? I bet for some reason that this will not get covered, or it won't get covered by the mainstream, nor will it get asked during his town hall. But hey, let's go on to see what Kamala Harris is up to. So Senator Kamala Harris, Democrat from California, has also collected donations from registered corporate lobbyists in South Carolina, New York, and California. Several technology lobbyists from San Francisco have given to her campaign. Another Harris donor, Robert Crow, from the firm Nelson, Mullins, Riley, and Scarborough, is a federal lobbyist who has worked to influence Congress on behalf of a pipeline firm, EQT Corporation, and Alphabet, the parent company of freaking Google. That's two. Once again, I actually, to be honest with you guys, I can't even really pretend to be surprised anymore. I'll be real with you. It's just kind of like, oh my God, why do people keep falling for the okie doke? And I haven't even gotten to dig into Kamala's fundraising yet. Haven't even gotten to dig into it yet. I'm sure that's going to be pretty once we get into it. Senator Cory Booker, Democrat from New Jersey, similarly announced that he would eschew campaign donations from federal lobbyists, and his campaign appears to be making most of the caveat about federal lobbyists. Though he's returned donations from lobbyists registered under the federal government system. That's good. Booker has taken a half a dozen donations from lobbyists registered under state and municipal lobbyist registration laws. Really? Really, Booker? Booker, come on, bro. I've been even trying to throw you a bone recently, dog. Only because you with my baby, okay? You with Rosario, okay? You with the progressive homie, so I've been trying to be understanding with you, but you making it real difficult when you pull shit like this. Because you can't say they just slid by because we weren't paying attention. Because you actually returned the money from the lobbyists that were registered as federal lobbyists, like actual federal lobbyists. But then you can't then turn around and say, oh, I didn't see that there were other lobbyists that were also registered, just not in the same way. You knew that. You just hoped that people wouldn't catch it. That type of deceptiveness is why you're not polling well now. There's no reason that Kamala Harris should be beating you. Come on, bruh. The article goes on to say, the pledge to reject lobbyists' cash is completely voluntary and self-defined. O'Rourke has made blanket statements that he will reject all donations from lobbyists. Harris has made promises in emails and to her supporters to reject all lobbyist donations, and in other emails to only reject donations from federal lobbyists. You shouldn't be taking donations from any lobbyists, right? Because think about it. She lives in California. We need a little bit more of a commitment than, okay, I won't take money from federal lobbyists. Yeah, because lobbyists in California don't have any influence whatsoever over policies. Yeah, okay. And Booker's campaign website only specifies that he will not accept money from federal lobbyists. What a surprise. Yo, I'm so tired of being lied to, like straight to my face. Like, how stupid do we look as a unit? Like, as a country, as an electorate? Do we look that damn stupid? You were going to lie about something that we can literally check on documents that are actually announced before they're released, where you can say, man, you know what? If I'm going to lie about something, shit, let me at least lie about something that can't be disproven the moment documents release. Can you get some momentum before you start lying? Can you lie about something that isn't so easily researched? Something is, bruh. Oh my God, sweet baby Jesus. Look. At the end of the day, people remember these things. When you make promise, you can't keep just repeating things that Bernie Sanders said in 2016 and then being like, I mean, I meant mostly I wasn't going to take money, but of course I'm still going to take money. That's not how it works. In fact, the moment that you make some type of random campaign promise that Bernie Sanders made in 2016, all of a sudden, we're literally looking at every single promise that you supposedly made. You are now under a microphone, under a magnifying glass. Think about it. What did Kamala Harris do, or what did she say at that CNN town hall, the first one she did? Oh, not only do I support Medicare for all, but let me be clear. Okay, let me be clear. Healthcare is a right. Everybody get that? Everybody get that? That was my idea. I didn't steal that punchline from anybody. Okay? Bruh. What happened the very next day? Literally, the entire progressive community was on her ass, waiting to verify the comments that she said. And the very next day, they were like, I mean, she's kind of for Medicare for all, but she's for anybody's medical legislation. She's an equal opportunist. You can't say things like that. You can't pretend to be progressive and then think that you're just going to get away with it. Like we're not going to follow up with it. Our entire world is at stake. The country, the voters, journalists, challenge the status quo and, do the job the fourth estate is supposed to be doing. Either way, politics has become pop culture. And because of that, you as a candidate are going to be put under a a magnifying glass. And on top of that, the moment that you say that you're going to, it's kind of how it works, if you haven't noticed. So just do yourself a favor. If you're going to be corrupt, establishment, corporatist, then just honest from the beginning and save us the trouble of having to do research to figure out what we knew was going to be the obvious. We would greatly appreciate it. And before I finish up, on the finance issue, Beto O'Rourke was a little misleading. He lied a little bit. He said that he claimed, and then the media echoed this claim, that he set the record for most donations raised in a 24-hour period. Remember, he supposedly raised more money for primary than Bernie Sanders even. Which, if you are in any way, form, or fashion a part of the Bernie Sanders movement, were a part of the Bernie Sanders movement, or a product of the Bernie Sanders movement, your red flags started going up. Like there's something wrong here. There's no way in hell. Bernie Sanders raised $1 million in 3 hours. There's no way in hell. And then like 3 million in 6 hours. There was no way in hell that Beto, who raised like 2,000 in 5 hours, all of a sudden turned around and raised, was it 6.1 million? Or, And I said that number was a little too specific. It was a little too headline friendly. And of course, it was too headline friendly. Because according to the New York Times, Beto didn't raise 6.1 million for a primary election. He raised 5.8 million, or 5.8 million. There's 300,000 of that money that he had claimed initially that was earmarked for the general election. That was not at all for the primary election. In other words, Bernie Sanders still holds the record for the most donations raised in a primary election. And Beto lied to us straight to our face once again. I don't know if y'all know this is about Beto, but Beto is like kind of a pathological liar. And it's kind of scary because he will look at you with a whole straight face and lie. Now, what's interesting and what I'm going to be doing more research to figure out is, because remember, they also said that he had a certain amount of individual donations. and that this money wasn't from lobbyists. Well, for one, we found out that that was not exactly true. Now, wasn't it? Was not true, because he did take money from lobbyists. So even while he tried to claim he raised the most money, and he tried to claim that it was from individual donations from people like you and not the special interest. He tried to claim that, but all of it, the entire idea that Beto O'Rourke set the record based off of a grassroots effort was a complete and total manufactured, verifiable lie. And who's going to call him out on it? Not a goddamn soul. That's what's so sad about this whole thing. The media is not going to talk about this. If this was Bernie, oh my God. If Bernie lied about $300,000 worth of donations that would have been the deciding whether or not someone made the headlines in the climax of people announcing for presidency, if someone's going to make the headline for setting a record for the most donations and the most money raised in the 24-hour period for a Democratic primary, if Bernie Sanders lied like this, oh my God, we would see headlines for the next 4 months. Think Progress would have all the little monkeys in the back room with their little computers. Oh my God. Bernie lies. Bernie lies. Bernie never set the record. Bernie takes money from blah, blah, blah. Bernie. Bruh. It's so irritating to me. It really is. I know I'm talking. I know who I'm talking to. I know y'all get pissed at the mainstream too, but shit, I still get pissed too. I'm a voting citizen. I participate in the electoral process, and I do not like the fact that my friends and my family could potentially be deceived by things like this without any accountability for anyone involved. That's the part that pisses me off. So let's see. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see if they're going to hold Beto O'Rourke to the same standard that they would hold a Bernie Sanders or even a Tulsi Gabbard. But let's be honest. I think that we already know the answer to that question. Thanks for watching that segment of Mika Says Su Casa. Don't forget to join us on Roku and catch our Roku exclusives. Also, help us reach our goal of 500 patrons on Patreon. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and JustNForm.com. But more than anything else, always remember, find your balance. Peace.